This is the DJI Action 2. A lot of the time when products like this come out, all the big YouTubers put out videos, recite the specs, do some tests, but sometimes they leave out some key things that once you get the product, you're kind of like, why didn't I know this already? And so this is 10 things that you should know before you buy the DJI Action 2. So let's get straight into it, and number one is about external microphones. On the DJI website, it mentions that if you've got the front screen module or the power module connected to the camera module, then you can use external microphone with the USB socket. But there's so little information as to what microphones you can actually use. Based on my testing so far, you can't actually use a USB-C to 3.5mm adapter to connect microphones to the Action 2. You can only use USB-C to USB-C. So you've obviously got to find microphones that support this. So far I've managed to connect it to the Rode Wireless Go 2 and the Rode Video Mic NTG, and it's worked flawlessly. I'm going to switch over to my normal audio now, my Tascam DR10L, just because I don't want to be recording for like an hour with that Action 2. Okay, moving on to number two, and that's about charging. The camera module on its own has no way to charge it, so you do have to connect it to the front screen module or the power module to charge it. What happens is if you just connect the front screen module to the charger, it will charge up that device, and then when you attach the camera module to that, the front screen module will start charging the camera module. What I do is normally put them both together and put them on charge straight away, but obviously as you're using it, the camera module will start to run out of battery and the front screen module will then start charging automatically. So often the front screen section does actually run out of battery before the main camera section will. Okay, and for number three, I'm going to hand it over to Past Chris, who's going to talk about the speakers and the microphones on this thing. So number six is about audio quality and speakers. So if you're just using the camera module, there's two little microphones on it, and it doesn't give you the option for either wind noise reduction or stereo audio. So you do need to attach the front screen module to get those options. There's also no speaker on the camera module, so if you did want to watch your videos back on just the camera module, you're going to be watching it in silence. Again, you have to attach the front screen module, which has a speaker built in, so you can watch your videos back with audio. Unfortunately, the power combo doesn't actually come with either of these things, the additional microphones for stereo audio or a speaker. Luckily though, both of these combos and modules do come with the option to attach an external microphone, so there is that if you do have the power module. Number four is about activation, and I'm pretty sure this is obvious for anyone who's had a DJI product before. You will need to activate this before you use it, which means that when you first start using it, you do need access to a phone and internet, otherwise it just won't let you in. On recent DJI products, they do let you turn it on 5 times and use it without activating it, but after that, you're going to need a DJI account and you're going to need to link it up to your phone and activate the device. Number five is about waterproofness. Is that a word? I'm not sure, I don't care. Waterproofness. The camera module is actually waterproof, but as soon as you attach it to the front screen module or the power module, it's not waterproof anymore, just because you've got speakers, you've got microphones, you've got a USB-C socket there, and so it's not waterproof anymore. You can actually get a waterproof housing for it, which some of the YouTubers have been talking about, but again, it's an extra like 40 quid. So if you did want a waterproof camera that has a front screen, you're gonna have to pay that a little bit extra. Okay, and for number six, let's go to Past Chris. He's walking around in the woods, and he's gonna tell you the limitations of the 4K 120. Another thing I need to mention is if you're filming in 4K 100 or 4K 120 frames per second, then you can't actually see yourself on the front screen module. It will turn off and it would literally just say 4K 100 on it. So if you are aiming to film yourself in 4K 100 or 120, just be able to note that you won't actually be able to see yourself in the front screen module. A bit of a niche use case, so it doesn't bother me too much, but definitely something that doesn't feature in a lot of reviews I'm seeing on YouTube at the moment. Number seven, there's been a lot of talk about overheating on the DJI Action 2. I haven't actually had that problem, but if you're someone who likes to record for a long period of time, you can actually go into the settings and change the auto power off temperature to high. I recommend doing this again if you're recording in 4K for long periods of time, because it just allows you to record that extra little bit of time before the camera will shut off due to overheating. Number eight is about storage and SD card space. The camera module itself has some inbuilt storage, which is about 22 gigabytes of usable space. That's about 23 minutes of 4K at 50 frames per second, or 19 minutes of 4K at 100 frames per second. If you want to expand that, you can actually attach the front screen module or the power module. Both of these had micro SD card slots, so you can actually expand the storage. But it's worth noting that if you're only using the camera module on its own, you are just limited to the inbuilt storage. Number 9 is about that horizon steady mode, and while it's good, it is only available in 2.7K at a maximum of 50 frames per second. It also has a little bit of a crop in 2.7K, so what you're getting is probably slightly less quality than that, just upscaled a bit. And finally, number 10, and that's just that it's a great camera. All these things are only tiny little things that you might need to know, but overall it's a great design. The magnets work really, really well. After you put this on the back of a Lamborghini traveling 100 miles an hour, attached with just magnets, and it stayed on. So I would trust this in quite a lot of situations, I think. The design's good, the magnets and the modularity never felt like it was getting in the way of the whole sort of filmmaking experience. And I really enjoyed using it. If you do want to see a full review of this camera, then I'm going to be making one, so obviously hit that subscribe button down below and turn on the notification bell. If you've got any comments or questions, anything you want to know about the DJI Action 2, put them in the comment section down below. If you've enjoyed this video or found it helpful, hit the thumbs up button. If not, hit the thumbs down button twice. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.